Try this again here. This is K1DBC, the DRC Learning. It will start 1 minute. All stations, please stand by.
W0TX repeater.
Hello, Evan. Welcome back to the Denver Radio Club Learning Net for April 12th, 2023. My name is Jerome. My call sign is Kilo 1 Delta Bravo Charlie. Sorry, I had sort of a rough start there on YouTube if you were watching there, but we are live on there this evening. So youtube.com/Denver Radio Club if you'd like to see some behind the scenes or some additional context to the net. This is the Denver Radio Club Learning Net. It's a great place to learn about ham radio and STEM topics in general. Thankfully, we have plenty of combined experience and expertise. Again, my call sign is Kilo 1 Delta Bravo Charlie K1 DBC. My name is Daron, Delta Oscar Romeo Oscar November, and I am this evening's net control. Last week, we spoke about quite a lot of topics. I'll have to see if I can bring up some things here. Antennas, some fox hunting, upcoming events, lots of stuff here. So, and we'll talk about a lot of things here this evening. So, we meet every Wednesday except the third Wednesday of the month, 7:30 p.m. Mountain Time on 145.490 and 448.625 here locally in the Denver metro area. You can contact us via email if you'd like, elmer@w0tx.org, and on social media if you'd like, most places at Denver Radio Club. This net can be broken at any time for emergency or priority traffic by using the word break. Is there any emergency or priority traffic at this time? All check-ins to the net will be taken in alphabetical groups based on the first letter of the suffix of the operator's call sign. The suffix is the first letter after the number in the call sign. If you can, please try to use IT phonetics for the call sign and indicate if you have traffic or questions as you check in. If your suffix begins with the letters A through M, Alpha through Mike, please check in now.
Kilo Delta Zero Foxtrot Kilo India Arvada, Colorado, no traffic. Over.
November 1, Golf Uniform Mike, Peter in Littleton.
Kilo Foxtrot Zero Alpha Whiskey Charlie, Brian, Wheat Ridge, no traffic.
Kilo Foxtrot Zero India Charlie Charlie, Denver, David in Denver.
Kilo Zero Lima Alpha India K0 LEI, Larry in Lakewood.
This is K1 DBC Net Control. We'll hold up there for just a moment. Net Control would like to acknowledge the following check-ins. KF0FKI, I thought you mentioned your name was Rod, or maybe Lewis I had previously, but got you checked in there. Let me know if there's any correction on that. We had NG1 Peter, N1GUM Peter, excuse me, KF0AWC Brian, KF0ICC David, and K0LAI Larry. Thank you all so much for checking in. All right, this is Daron, K1 DBC Net Control. Once more, if your call sign begins, or call suffix begins with the letters A through M, Alpha through Mike, please check in now.
WD0 CIV, WD0 CIV, Charles and Denver, no traffic.
Kilo Zero Golf Papa Alpha, Bob in Lakewood, no traffic.
All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. At that time, we had WD0 CIV Charles and K0 GPA Bob. Thank you all so much for checking in. We'll open it up the whole alphabet, A through Z, Alpha through Zulu. If your call sign or call suffix begins with the letters A through M, Alpha through Zulu. And you'd like to check into the Denver Radio Club Learning Net just for the counter if you have any traffic or questions. Again, a great place to learn about ham radio, STEM topics in general. We're taking all call suffixes, all call signs. Please check in now with your name, call sign, and let us know if you have any traffic or questions. Please call now.
Kilo Echo 0, Sierra Uniform Mike, Jonathan, Lakewood, no traffic.
Alpha Echo 0 Romeo Kilo, Fred, Federal Heights, no traffic.
Kilo 4, Romeo November Yankee, Kilo 4, Romeo November Yankee, Ronnie and Thornton, no traffic.
November 0, Tango Romeo Papa, Jim in Lakewood. Good evening.
Kilo Bravo Charlie, Victor Uniform, Rob, Thornton.
Alpha Echo Zero, Sierra Foxtrot,
Victor
Denver.
Uniform, Rob. Kilo Bravo Charlie, Victor Uniform, Rob. Kilo Bravo Charlie, Victor Uniform, Rob, Thornton.
All right, this is Daron, K1 DBC. We'll hold it there for just a moment.
W0TX repeater.
Sorry, on YouTube, I was just replaying the video here just to get that call sign again here. Let's see here. This is K1DBC Net Control. That time I'd like to welcome knowledge the following check-ins: KE0SUM Jonathan, AE0RK Fred, K4RNY Ronnie, N0TRP Jim. I think it was KB3 or KBCVU Rob. I'm trying to double check the call sign here, and then AE0SF. So Rob, I think I may have missed the number in your call sign. If you can go ahead and call back, go ahead. Victor Uniform call.
Yeah, that's Kilo Bravo 3, Victor Charlie Uniform, Robin Thornton, no traffic.
All right, appreciate that follow-up there, Rob, KB3VCU. I know I've heard your call in the past, and yeah, I know I've missed something there. Appreciate the follow-up on that. KB3VCU, Rob, got you checked in as well. So, all right, got a lot of people here checked in. Again, welcome to the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net. A great place to learn about ham radio STEM topics in general. So we're taking all call signs, all call suffixes. Please check in now with your call sign, your name, and let us know if you have any traffic or questions. Please call now.
November 4, November Yankee X-Ray, Sarah in Arvada. No traffic as of yet.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. That time we had N4NYX. Sarah, thank you so much for checking in. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Again, this is a very casual net. Don't hesitate to jump in at any given time if no one else is speaking, if you want to check in or if you have any comments or questions. This isn't necessarily a net directed net, so you don't necessarily have to throw it back to Net Control if you don't want to. If you feel comfortable, cadence, if you will, with a conversation, you're more than happy to keep things going between yourselves and then throw it back to Net Control. Either way is fine, not a problem. And as a reminder, there's not any more net mode, so there's about a 3 or 4 minute timeout on the repeater at the moment. So just keep that in mind. So again, welcome everyone to the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net. We appreciate everyone being here. I'll take check-ins throughout the net. Again, we're on YouTube.com/Denver Radio Club. A lot of social media. So I didn't see anybody indicated they had any traffic or questions yet. If I missed something, let me know. But I'll throw it out to the group. If anybody has anything you'd like to bring up for the group, any comments, questions. Further check-ins, any projects you're working on, anything that the group would might like to hear about, or follow-up from past nets or anything like that, I'll throw it out to the group. Anyone, feel free. Please call now. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. I wonder, Jonathan, if you have any time to follow up potentially on this past fox hunt, transmitter hunt that happened over the weekend. If you have any follow-up on that now or at future points in the net, go ahead.
Thanks, Drone. KE0SUM. The hunt was great. The fox was hidden below a reservoir at C470 and like Kipling, but yeah, it was bouncing off of the reservoir, and I had a hard time. The signals were like all over the place, but everyone had a good time. Everyone came in. There were 7 players this time. Always enjoyable. I found this one to be very devious. I came in dead last, which has never happened to me before, so I've got more skills to work on, but it's still fun. Of course, I did forget my attenuator, so I'm out waving around my brand new Arrow antenna with no attenuator. A big no-no. Made it harder for me, but it's a beautiful day. Everybody got together and said hi.
All right, sounds good. Appreciate the follow-up on that, s.t.e.m. Yeah, just trying to read up on the attenuator's purposes, and it sounds like to help reduce the interference from other services and as you mentioned, just the surroundings out there as well. So, yeah, that's sounds like fun, and yeah, really cool results on that. So, yeah, I heard just very glimpses of it. Some people on the talk-in frequencies. Let's see, he's removed it in the interim, but N0CFM over on QRZ, we've mentioned he has updates on that, but I think it's the I can't remember which group it is, but yeah, it was really cool to hear that. So yeah, awesome to hear a follow-up on that.
Well, Jerome, what's happened is we've been playing for over 2 years now, and Robert's always been the instigator, but he recently bought a Doppler rig. So he has 4 little antennas on top of his car that he sets up and zooms in on this was a bunny hunt, so on the bunny. But also, my friend Dan, they're playing more sophisticatedly. He has a sniffer. They were made in Australia, discontinued. He got one off Craigslist for $150 complete, which I'm jealous of. But the hunters are becoming more sophisticated, which is really fun.
Excellent, great to hear. Yeah, I know we talked about a project. I don't know how similar it is, but the Kraken SDR kind of Doppler coherent projects, things like that. So yeah, there's a lot more technology out there to really track down hidden transmitters and things like that nowadays. So there's a lot more sophisticated hardware and software out there available to the average person. So yeah, it's cool stuff. So yeah, really interesting to hear that. So yeah, really cool.
This is Rob cutting in here on the fox hunt. Anybody actually see that Kraken? I mean, after seeing the write-up, I started researching it. I mean, $500 is a wee bit for a toy, but anybody play with it?
I think for the fox hunts we designed them for amateurs. A tape measure antenna and a HT is all you should need.
All right, Rob, VCU there. Yeah, good question there. Yeah, it's a pretty cool piece of kit here, and as mentioned there, s.t.e.m mentioned, it's probably a little bit overkill, but a lot of this hobby, a lot of things in technology is because you can. So if you have the means, it's a pretty cool piece of kit to get your hands on. So yeah, really sophisticated and tied into a lot of applications and things like that. The Kraken SDR project, as mentioned there. So yeah, I have not played around with it. I'll throw it out to the group. Anyone else on that topic of Doppler or the Kraken phase coherent software defined radio project? Go ahead. All right, this is Daron, K1 DBC Net Control. We very briefly spoke about this project in the past. It makes use of 5 software-defined radios. Let me drop here, make sure I'm not doubling.
W0TX repeater.
Again, these radios are about $20 or so, and putting them together doesn't necessarily make them phase coherent and on a PC, but each one will receive signals at a slightly different phase offset from the others. This makes it impossible to achieve any sort of precision when measuring relationships between signals that arrive at different antennas. To achieve phase coherence, the Kraken SDR drives all 5 software-defined radios with a single clock source and contains internal calibration hardware to allow the phase relationship between channels to be measured precisely and corrected for in software. Additionally, the overall design of the Kraken SDR works to ensure phase stability with care taken in areas of heat management, driver configuration, power supply, and external interface mitigation. So there's a lot of sophistication to this, and as they've mentioned in their own write-up here, and as we've been talking about physically locating an unknown transmitter like a fox hunt or an illegal interfering broadcaster, ham radio experiments, fox hunting, tracking assets or wildlife, locating emergency beacons, locating lost ships, beam forming, interferometry for radio astronomy. So there's an insane amount of things going on here with this project. So for $500, if you can afford it, it's something to play around with. But at the end of the day, is it going to end up on your shelf and something that you're not going to be using, or is it something you might make use of? So very cool stuff here. So I'll throw it out to the group. Anyone else on fox hunting, Doppler, or phase coherent radio direction finding? Please call now. All right, this is Daron, K1DBC Net Control. I'll throw it out to the group. Anyone else at the moment? Anything else you'd like to bring up that we've spoken about in the past or have brought up here this evening so far, or anything else? Any other comments, questions, check-ins, anything else? Please call now. All right, this is Daron, K1DBC Net Control. Quickly, I'll bring up an interesting little thing here. Part of social media is a online group called Reddit, reddit.com website, and there is a Denver Reddit. So there's a lot of they have 322,000 people that have signed up for this, and 1,600 people watching things now. About a week ago, somebody posted a photo of somebody's license plate. It is an older Colorado license plate, but it has a call sign KB0 YRX. And so people were wondering what this license plate was. So if you look that up, that is the partner of Wayne Heinen, Joan Heinen. So pretty prominent people in the ham radio community here. But you can just read questions about or comments about what the average person might think about seeing that. So we're. Most people are saying it's a ham radio operator registered license. So just nice, just factual information here. So one thing was somebody tried to provide the information of the call holder, and that comment was removed for doxing, if you will. So it's interesting that we have our call signs on our license plates and can look these things up online. And it's just, I guess, nice to hear that whatever the case may be, it's a community doesn't want to make any personal information available if not needed. So really cool stuff here. So this is Daron, K1DBC Net Control. I'll throw it out to the group. Anyone else? Any other comments, questions, check-ins? Please call now.
KE0SUM, but don't you think, I've talked or thought about this, I think we've even talked about it, is it a good idea? I work for HRO, and part of the guys have their call sign on the license plate, the rest don't. My thinking is most people don't understand what it is, but you could definitely, I don't know, I guess you could find out more information about somebody because of your call sign on your license plate. Plus it may cost extra, which I'm cheap, so I wouldn't do it anyway. I'm just, they already track and know us, but say they see your car and figure out how to figure it out, maybe come steal your catalytic converter. Back to you.
This is K1DBC Net Control. Yeah, it's a huge double-edged sword for sure. Let me drop and see if anyone else has anything on call signs on license plates and what the implications on that might be, because I have a couple things, but I'll throw it to the group if anyone else has any other comments or questions on that. Go right ahead.
N4NYX, as a owner of a call sign plate, I will say that you can get your FCC registration with a PO box if you want some address confidentiality. And Jonathan, I think you said that you're maybe a little bit too cheap for the fee, but call sign plates, there's only a $2 surcharge to get those customized versus getting them as a vanity plate. There are two different types of plates. Vanities are not call sign plates and vice versa there. So different fee schedule, and yeah, call sign plates are only a $2 surcharge for the customization versus whatever vanity might cost. But you do make a good point that at least somebody can, even if you have P.O. Box, someone can track down a name. So that's a bit of a thing there. That's my comment. We'll return it back to the group. N4NYX.
N4NYX, this is a Daron K1DBC Net Control. I forgot who I was there for a moment. Appreciate the follow-up on that. Yeah, $2 for personalization of an amateur call letter license plate. So that's really cool stuff on that. So let me drop. Yeah, because I have a couple things here, but if anyone else at the moment, let us know. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Absolutely. As a person with former road rage, I never really wanted to have my call sign on my vehicle, but luckily with everything going remote work and everything now, I haven't had too much issue here recently. Anyway, but yeah, as we've discussed about, yeah, your call sign, it's registered on the FCC ULS website, and yeah, as Sarah mentioned, N4NYX. N4NYX, excuse me, you can get a P.O. box as well. So, but historical information may always be out there. And yeah, in a day and age of privacy, we have to ask, maybe, is it still best practices maybe to put our call signs out there on our license plates or not? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of up to the discretion of anybody who wants to. It's an option. And yeah. So yeah, this was just a post on our on the Denver Reddit social media website, and yeah, just some interesting conversation was brought up on it, and yeah, they chose the moderators chose to basically remove a comment that showed kind of how to look up that call sign and who that was. So it's pretty trivial to do that, but. Yeah, you have to ask yourself if you're putting yourself more in harm than not by putting your call sign out there. But yeah, it's the call sign license plates. You'll see the striked out 0, and you won't see that on other ones. So yeah, it's just might bring up a conversation, might not. So yeah, it's up to the discretion of what you feel comfortable with. So yeah, I'll throw it out to anyone else, or s.t.e.m. or anyone else on the topic of putting your call sign on your license plate. Please call now. Yeah, s.t.e.m. Jonathan, go right ahead.
Well, I think the way to advertise myself as a ham radio operator is, A, when we're driving around, we know what the antennas look like. So you know it's going to be a ham radio operator. But I like the idea, which a couple of my friends have done, is just put a fairly large sticker on the back that says, well, I use 145 all the time. So somebody driving by, instead of looking at my call sign, can get on and say, hey, I just saw your car drive by, and you can have a chat. You're fairly anonymous.
This is K1DBC Net Control. Yeah, K0 s.t.e.m. Jonathan. Yeah, that's a great idea as well. You'll sometimes see a bumper sticker or something, or a decal with a frequency on it. So yeah, just the national calling frequency you can listen to, or whatever the case may be. That's another great way to just let people know that you're a ham radio operator, and you don't really necessarily have to disclose your call sign right off the bat on your vehicle constantly. So yeah, another great option there as well, a bumper sticker or decal for a frequency that you can be reached on. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Very good conversation here so far. I'll throw it out. I'll take official check-ins at this point. If you're just tuning in, my name is Jerome. Call sign is Kilo 1 Delta Bravo Charlie. You're tuning into the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net. Great place to learn about ham radio, STEM topics, and plenty of combined experience and expertise. Excuse me. So if you'd like to check in, we're taking all call signs, all call suffixes. Call now with your call sign, your name, and let us know if you have any traffic or questions. Please call now.
Kilo 0, Kilo Papa Sugar. K0 KPS, Kevin Lakewood, no traffic.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Foxtrot Papa India, Ron in Lakewood, no traffic.
This is K1DBC Net Control. That time we had K0 KPS Kevin and KF0 FPI Ron. Thank you both for checking in. All right, this is Jerome, K1DBC Net Control. Once more, at the moment, if you'd like to check into the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net just for the counter, if you have any traffic or questions, please call now. All right, we have another 30 minutes or so for the net, 30 minutes. So if you have any comments or questions, we have plenty of time to discuss things here. There's plenty of news stories that I can bring up if you like. But anyone else at the moment, any other comments, questions, check-ins, anything else so far for this evening's Learning Net, please call now. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. We don't bring it up too much anymore, unfortunately, but we used to have a pretty active groups.io. It originally was Yahoo Learning, our Yahoo group, and moved to groups.io. And it's still out there. You could check things out, and we've had some recent activity there. Appreciate that. K0LAI posting an article here on a link to the FCC rule from 1996 allows antennas in apartments, condos, and HOAs. Includes data services, Wi-Fi, voice. So it looks like there might be a more concrete answer as whether you can use antennas in HOAs. And there's another video here by Antenna Man on YouTube here, why HOAs can't prohibit outdoor TV antennas. So this dates back to this 1996 rule from the FCC. I don't know, LAI or anyone else on this. If you have anything else, go right ahead.
LAI.
K0 LAI, Larry, go right ahead.
This is K0 LAI. One of the most interesting legal cases that happened was Basinger versus City of Lakewood, in which he's a member of the DRC. He went to court because Lakewood was not letting them put up a tower, and he went all the way to the state Supreme Court, and because of the FCC rules, he actually beat the City of Lakewood on that. So and they had to give him a permit, and he has his tower still today. It's pretty tall. It's very cool. I've been to his house and looked at it. Anyway, so there is a court case that supports, at least against cities, doesn't support against HOAs, but the FCC will actually try to enforce it because, that's their job. They want to make sure people can use the communications. K0LEI, back to net.
All right, so very cool there. When you mentioned that name there, that perked my ears up. So I'll have to find that. So, may have been looking at the wrong. Very cool stuff there. So Dave Basinger versus City of Lakewood and ruling there. So really interesting to hear that there's some local influence on that as well. So very quickly here, if you look at this is the directed by Congress in Section 207 of the Telecom Communications Act of 1986. A lot of stuff here. Rule 47 CFR Section 1.4 took effect October 96. Commission modified the rules 3 times. Prohibits restrictions that impair the installation, maintenance, or use of antennas used to receive video programming and certain antennas used to receive or transmit fixed wireless signals. Rules applies to certain antennas, including direct home to satellite dishes, TV antennas, wireless cables, certain fixed wireless. Prohibits most restrictions that unreasonably delay or prevent installation, maintenance, or use. Unreasonable increase the cost of installation, maintenance, or use. So, really interesting read here, and probably a little bit more information on the on this video here as well. So, interesting to hear on that. All right, this is Daron, K1DBC Net Control. Yeah, appreciate you bringing that up there over on the Ham Learning Net groups.io page there, Larry. So if anybody wants, you can always check that out, groups.io/g/ham learning net. As time has gone on, as different things have arisen, unfortunately we've maybe fallen out, but we haven't done much on that. But over time here, you'll start to see a lot more on our website in terms of this kind of a thing, in terms of a forum or a good place to post questions and things like that. So very soon here, you'll see a lot of changes on our website. We're updating things here for our membership purposes, but that's going to allow us to do a lot more to get people more involved from our club. So really appreciate that. This is K1DBC Net Control. I'll throw it out to the group. Anyone else? Any other comments, questions, check-ins? Please call now. All right, this is Daron, K1DBC Net Control.
W0TX repeater.
Just to cover some club business, our upcoming meeting next Wednesday, 6 p.m. For the Elmers session and 7 p.m. for the meeting. It takes place online, w0tx.org/meet. A lot of information right on our front page, w0tx.org. Presentation is going to be presented by Amanda Alden, K1DDN, our Colorado section manager. So she's going to be giving us more information on the Colorado section, state of the league, things like that. So it'll be really awesome to hear that. Another really cool events coming up, DRC Saturday events we've talked about in the past. Very briefly, let me see if my computer doesn't break while I'm bringing this up here. w0tx.org/DRC Saturday. First one beginning April 29th. Prospect Park Arena. So if you were at the field day last year, you'll be familiar with that location. Thanks very much in part to Kevin Schmidt, K0KPS, Alex Acera, KS0E, and Mark Thomas, N0XRX for putting these events on. April 29th through June 3rd. Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Let me drop and just tell a little bit more on that. This is K1DBC Net Control. Their words, in an effort to provide more opportunities to support the DRC membership, learn about ham radio, test equipment with knowledgeable support, and to take some time to get together and have some fun, we've come up with the DRC Saturday. These Saturday events have scheduled are intended to determine if this is something that people would like and would like to participate in. We can do more or less depending on the feedback, so please take some time to participate and let us know what you think. Hope is we can spread this around in the area or even in the mountains. we're always looking for more people to help coordinate, so follow up with them. So first one, April 29th, member show and tell, bring what you've built or what you use. Demo FT8 Digital on the Air, Florida on the Air contest. Interesting, just a great place to bring your equipment. You'll get a demo of FT8 and digital modes, and you can try it out with your own equipment if you like, and there'll be a Florida on the Air contest. And then June 3rd, July 15th, September 16th, a whole myriad of upcoming activities. Elmer Picnic on the Park, HT programming, radio tune-up. Again, bring what you use, POTA activations, mobile installations, demos, and clinics get on the air. So 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. This first one, April 29th. So w0tx.org/DRC-Saturday, or if you click on the events menu and you'll see DRC Saturday there. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Throw it out to the group. We have another 20 minutes or so. If anybody has any comments, questions, check-ins, please call now. All right, this is Duran K1DBC Net Control. Something in the news, radio related, is the FlipperZero, if you've heard of it. It's a affordable handheld RF device for penetration testers and hackers. A really, really cool device here. Recently banned by Amazon due to it being considered a card skimming device, and recently reviewed by Linus Tech Tips. Really popular device here. So FlipperZero .1 ONE for their website. Portable multi-tool for geeks. So you'll see a lot of this in the news here recently, but it looks like a child's toy, but it's a really awesome RF engineering tool. Try to get your hands on one if you can. They're about $160, but they've been very difficult to get a hold of already, and I'm sure they're also going to be even more difficult now. So sub 1 gigahertz transceiver. You can do FSK, MSK, RFID, NFC, tons of stuff RF based. So just some interesting stories on that. So I'll throw it out to the group. Anyone else on that or anything else, please call now. All right, this is Daron, K1DBC Net Control. Anyone else at the moment? Any other check-ins, comments, questions? Please call now. This is K1DBC Net Control. Artemis launch, you've probably heard of by NASA. The Artemis II moon mission crew has been named. A story over on arl.org about 3 hams that are going on that mission. So they have named, let me see here, Commander Reed Weissman, KF5LKT, Pilot Victor Glover, KI5BKC, and our Mission Specialist 1, Christina Hammock-Cook, and Mission Specialist 2, Jeremy Hansen, KF5LKU. So Cook has planned to take examen in 2019, but a flight was suddenly rescheduled early than planned, so that they will try to get a license up here soon. So Artemis 2 mission is scheduled to launch November 2024. Approximately 10-day flight test will launch on the agency's powerful Space Launch System rocket, prove the Orion's spacecraft's life support systems, and validate the capabilities and techniques needed for humans to live and work in deep space. All right, this is Jerome, K1DBC Net Control. Anything else? I'm sure I can bring something else up here, a few more articles, I'm sure, but anyone else, any other comments, questions, check-ins, please call now. All right, this is Daron, K1DBC Net Control. Yeah, last week, if you remember, we went over quite a bit, and the net lasted about an hour and a half. So we had a lot of fun last time. So if we have it a little bit of a shorter net, that is not a problem. But I'll throw it out to the group. Any other comments, questions, check-ins? I may try to bring up one or two more things. But anything else for this evening's net? Please call now. Let's see, maybe one or two more quick articles here over on hackaday.com. Article written on April 6th, Printing Antennas on Circuit Boards, written by Brian Cockfield. This is Jerome, K1DBC. Some of our consumer electronics have antennas built in directly to the PCB boards themselves. So this article goes on to say Yagi UDA antennas, or simply Yagis, are directional antennas that focus radio waves to increase gain, meaning that the radio waves can travel further in that direction for a given transmitter. Anyone might recognize an old TV antenna on a roof that uses this type of antenna. This one is designed to operate within the frequencies allotted to Wi-Fi, entirely on a PCB board. Antenna consists of what is effectively a dipole antenna, sandwiched in between a reflector and three directors. The reflector and directors are passive elements in that they interact with the radio wave to focus in a specific direction. But the only thing actually powered is the dipole in the middle. It looks almost like a short circuit at first, but thanks to the high frequencies involved in this build, it will still function like any other dipole antenna would. Their video goes on to say their details on the analyzed performance of this antenna. Creators in these antennas, WA5VJB, Kent is an antenna builder in Texas who has developed a few unique styles of antennas produced in non-traditional ways. Besides this small Yagi, there are other microwave antennas available for direction finding, some wideband antennas, and log periodic antennas that look similar to Yagi antennas but are fundamentally different designs. If you're looking to simply extend your Wi-Fi's home Wi-Fi range, you might not need one of these, but this is a really cool design and build here. All right, this is Daron, K1DBC Net Control. I'll see if I can bring anything else up, but we might start to wrap things up here. All right, this is Daron, K1DBC Net Control. There's always a lot of stuff going on in the news and things around us, and I just sometimes miss writing these things down, but there is a lot of stuff going on out there in the world. So just keep your eyes out, keep your eyes open, ears listening, and you'll see a lot of radio out there hidden in a lot of different electronics and engineering designs and things like that. So with that, this is Jerome, K1DBC Net Control. I'm seeing if there's anything else, but I'll throw it out to the group. Any other comments, questions, check-ins, please call now.
RK.
AE0RK. Fred, go right ahead.
Hey, thanks. I recently built a true s.t.e.m, which is a little minimalist SDR-based receiver. Kit's about $100, and I actually don't have a battery to go with it. So I was wondering if there's any recommendations that y'all may have for batteries for field use, basically, hopefully rechargeable.
All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Great question there. True SDX. I'm trying to find the type of looks like a 12 to 13.8 volt type power there. So, any recommendations on terms of field battery or power for a QRP transceiver, if you will? Go right ahead and rechargeable. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Once more, if you want to follow up with any other information on that, RK, go right ahead.
Yeah, this is 8E0RK. I'll fill in a couple more details. They have like a battery pack for the kit, but it's almost like a battery holder that takes 3 18650 cells, and that didn't seem so robust to me. So I was thinking I might get maybe a larger lithium-ion pack or something, or lithium iron phosphate pack. But I really have not bought one before, so wasn't even sure what to look for. Back to that.
All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. I see what you're saying here about a kind of just an external battery case for looks like maybe AA's or AAA's or something like that. So, yeah, that'd be interested. I'd be interested to hear on that as well. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I'd be interested to hear if you find any other information on that. But yeah, I'll throw it out to you or anyone else on the True SDX battery situation here. Please call in. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control saying how it just maybe, yeah, you might be able to use some rechargeable batteries maybe, or they may be able to adopt that case to some sort of USB battery charging pack or something like that. So yeah, we might have to do a little bit more research and let you know on that. All right, good question there. Yeah, pretty cool looking kit there as well. True SDX looks like a DL2MAN is potentially the call sign. Let's see some real basic info on this here. It's a 5-band multi-mode QRP transceiver. CW, LSB, USB, 80 through 20 meters. Alternative filters also available. Supplied with a OLED, onboard mic, speaker, push-to-talk key. Has a USB CAT control, which is pretty cool, and programming interface. And is about 5 watts for the normal QRP standard. So pretty interesting project here, and yeah, some of this stuff is probably a little bit fiddly to get working, but once you kind of hobble together a solution, it's probably a fairly neat radio to use. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Anyone else? Any other comments, questions, check-ins? Please call now. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. We have another 10 minutes or so for the this evening's LearningNet. Any other further comments, questions, check-ins, please call now. All right, this is Daron, K1DBC Net Control. I'll give it a few more minutes here. Again, a reminder, next week is our upcoming meeting, w0tx.org just w0tx.org. You'll find information on there about our upcoming meeting, put on by K1DDN, Amanda Alden, our Colorado section manager, w0tx.org for time and place. Again, that's next Wednesday, so there won't be a LearningNet that time. But if you've enjoyed this type of conversation, feel free to join in on our conversation over on our Discord, just a chat room essentially. So if you've enjoyed this type of conversation, over on our website, w0tx.org, under the social media menu, click on Discord. You can chat there throughout the week and kind of have the same sort of similar conversations what we've had here. As well as next week, before the meeting, 6 p.m. is an Elmers session. So that's very similar to this as well, but it just takes place online. Same thing, different place. Let's see, this is K1DBC Net Control. Appreciate everyone checking in here. Right, a pretty good amount of check-ins here. Again, DRC Saturday events. Another upcoming event is our siren tests. These are sponsored by the cities of Lakewood and Wheat Ridge. Our upcoming one is for the city of Lakewood, and these are managed by Jim Beal, K0TOR. So right on our front page, you can find more information on that, and you can contact him on that. That's coming up May 10th is our Lakewood siren test. So he'll be contacting you by phone, but if you want to reach out via email, you can do that via this form here, and it'll get to him. All right, this is Daron, K1DBC. This will be the second to last call. Second to last call. Any other comments, questions, check-ins, please call now. Okay, this is Daron, K1DBC. This will be the final call. Anyone else like to check into the Denver Radio Club just for the count, or if you have any traffic or questions, last minute traffic or questions, please call now. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. With that, we'll start to wrap things up here. Pleasure hosting this as always. And again, on the fourth Wednesdays of the month, I'm unable to host it. And previously, N0TRP Jim has been grateful enough to take that. But if anybody wants to ever take that net or any other net as net control, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Elmer at w0tx.org. A lot of contact information on our website. So if you ever want to take net control, please do not hesitate to reach out. So this evening we had a total of 17 check-ins. We appreciate everyone for checking in. We especially appreciate and thank our Elmers and to the Denver Radio Club for allowing us to use their repeaters for this net. So next week, as our meeting, 6 p.m. for the Elmers session and 7 p.m. for the meeting. So this is K1DBC 732 all. Again, it's been a pleasure, and I am clear. All right, everyone. Appreciate everyone being on here. We'll just take things out, and that will be that. So have a good evening.